Chapter 2, Section 31. It was the understanding of causation that formed the basis of the Buddha's own enlightenment. Mahamati, too, seeks to understand causation. However, from the point of view in this sutra, cause and effect are considered in terms of their origin as projections, not in terms of whether one exists or not, or what their temporal or spatial relationship might be. Chapter 32. Mahamati's question here arises from the last line in the previous section, where the Buddha says, "Nothing exists at all, and these are nothing but words." So how are we to understand words, and where do they come from? The Buddha says that words are based on projections, and projections are a falsification of reality. Hence, to know the truth behind words requires seeing through the falsehood of projection. Section 33. What is the relation between words and projections, between words and ultimate truth? Ultimate truth cannot be projected because it has no characteristics. Hence, it cannot be expressed or revealed by words. It can only be known by realizing that the projections of words are nothing but the perceptions of one's own mind. Section 34. While this does summarize the foregoing, Gunabhadra's translation includes only these two verses. Bodhiruchi, Shikshananda, and the Sanskrit include two more and handle the second verse quite differently. Weaving their versions together results in something like this, quote, "Whatever exists has no self-existence. Avoid the projection of words. Everything is a dream or illusion, neither samsara nor nirvana. Just as a ruler or elder tries to keep his children happy, giving them animals of clay at first, only later real ones, a story from the Lotus Sutra about the use of skillful means. Thus do I teach my disciples, devices that make them happy. Only later do I instruct them to realize the realm of reality themselves." Section 35. The Buddha uses a series of 12 similes to exemplify the unreality of the four possible standpoints on which other paths based their sense of reality. This, that, either this or that, neither this nor that. Of the 12 similes, the first 7 are directed to followers of other paths and teach that perceptions of an external world are not real. Thus, there are no views to get free from. The remaining 5 are directed to Hinayana practitioners and teach that perceptions of an external world are, quote, "nothing but mind." Thus, there is no Buddha knowledge to realize. Section 36. The Buddha does not teach any of the 4 viewpoints that prevent personal realization of Buddha knowledge. In place of these, he teaches dependent origination, the path, cessation, and liberation. His aim is practical, not theoretical. He turns to whatever works. Section 37. The Buddha lists 4 kinds of meditation. 1 for Hinayana practitioners and members of other paths, 1 for beginning bodhisattvas, 1 for accomplished bodhisattvas, and 1 for those who transcend the bodhisattva path. Thus, the practice of meditation is viewed here as sequential, with the last kind tantamount to what later became known as direct understanding. Section 38. Reflecting on the threefold bliss of personal realization that marks Tathagata meditation, Mahamati asks about the bliss of nirvana. The Hinayana view is that nirvana is the extinguishing of consciousness and the end of birth and death. Here, the Buddha says nirvana is not something outside birth and death, but rather the transformation of birth and death, the transformation of the 8 forms of consciousness into the 4 kinds of non-discriminating wisdom: the wisdom of perfect accomplishment, or sensory consciousness, the wisdom of perfect observation, or conceptual consciousness, the wisdom of perfect equanimity, will, or self-consciousness, and the wisdom of perfect reflection, or repository consciousness. Section 39. Practitioners unable to transform the habit energy of self-existence continue to see nirvana in terms of words or objective states, and thus fail to realize nirvana. Even the most advanced bodhisattvas rely on the powers of the Tathagatas to assist and protect them, which Tathagatas accomplish by appearing before them during meditation and by instructing them by means of wordless transmission.